Before beginning assembly, notice there are two different kinds of rails, round and flat. You should have 4 flat rails and 6 round rails, which may vary depending on design of the bed. The flat rails go in the bottom position of each of the 4 sets of rails. Always start with the flat rail in the very bottom position. Make sure the flat side faces the inside of the bed, and the slat marking is toward the top of the rail, creating an inverted T. Bolt both sides of a rail before placing the next rail. Be sure not to tighten the bolts all the way. There needs to be some slack in order to insert the next rail. On the top set of rails, ensure the flat rail is also inserted into the bottom hole and the flat side faces the inside of the bed, and the slat marking is toward the top of the rail, creating an inverted T. Insert the rails one by one until they are installed on one side, and then install the other side. When all rails are installed, tighten each one down. Be careful not to over-tighten the bolts, as this can break the bolt or strip out the end of the rail. To tighten the rail down properly, you will need to use a socket wrench and tighten the bolt down until you observe the tapered part of the cone making contact with the shoulder of the hole on the vertical log. After getting all the rails tightened, push the bed from head to foot so that the rails settle into place. Go around and make sure that all the bolts are still snug by giving them an additional quarter to half turn. This step may need to be performed a couple of times. After the rails are secure, install the bed slats. Install the upper slats first by mounting one side of the slat to the bottom and center of the inverted T marker with the 1 3/4 screws. After a slat is installed on one side, attach another slat to the opposite bed rail. Secure the middle of the slats by screwing them together using 3 of the 1 1/4 screws while ensuring the tops are flush with each other. Do this on all 3 upper bed slats. Repeat the same process for the bottom bed slats. A metal frame can be placed at the bottom of the bed instead of the bed slats. You can now place your box springs and mattresses on the bed. Finally, fill the bolt holes by placing the plugs inside, and you are done. For underdrawers, move the bottom flat rail up to the top hole of the lower set of rails. There will be no need for the 2 extra round rails. Position the flat side of the rail face down, and then slide your underdrawers into the center of the bed. You can place a mattress straight on the underdrawers, so there is no need for a box spring.